right, 7:41. Today is Easter, and that means there's probably a great deal of candy throughout your house. And while it's fun for the kids, it can be dangerous for our pets. And joining us this morning is Dana Humphrey, the pet lady, with some tips to keep our dogs and cats healthy and safe. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
The first thing, what are some of the big mistakes that people sort of forget about, especially not only with Easter, but just throughout the year when it comes to holidays?
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's a lot of excitement, a lot going on in the house, a lot going on with the kids and the family, but don't forget about your furry friends and the pets at home. They need attention and love and exercise too. So you want to make sure you don't forget about them today.
All right, because it's easy to do so in the chaos of it all. And if you need to give Morgan a treat, you can go ahead and do that. We have Morgan here, and she's a little excited to be on TV, which is fine.
Morgan's here. She's from Hole in One Rescue, and she's available for adoption. All
right, very good. So let's get to some of the talking points here. The first thing, and this is obviously a lot of kids waking up to this morning, you have some here, chocolate.
Yep.
We all hear it. It's not good. Why?
Yep, exactly. We all know chocolate's deadly to dogs. It's the higher the cocoa content, the more toxic it is. So the last thing you want to do today is spend it at the vet hospital. So make sure you keep that chocolate away from your pets.
Okay.
Something that's really important is to, when you're doing an Easter egg hunt, to count the number of eggs. So make sure that the Easter Bunny knows how many eggs are out there in the backyard. So if you put out 40 eggs, the kids should bring back 40 eggs.
Exactly.
So that there's not, 38 and 2 eggs are still in the backyard for your dog to enjoy.
Did they pick
and
it up?
Accidentally get some chocolate. So you don't want to have that happen at all.
All right, very good. And the other thing too, flowers, which people forget about. We have a lot of flowers in the house right now, lilies and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Easter bouquet is a lot of fun, but roses are bad for dogs. They chew on the thorns. It's bad for their intestines. And lilies are extremely toxic for cats. So a great alternative for lilies, get your cat a delicious cat treat instead and forget the lilies.
All right, very good. Or if you have to put fake flowers, I would imagine,
exactly.
too, out there so that they're not
that's
eating
another
the real
good
ones.
option.
All right, what are some other foods that can be really deadly for our pets that people may not know about?
Yeah, well, ham is a big no-no. It's high in fat, huge creator of pancreatitis for dogs and cats.
Wow.
So no table scraps in general, right? That's a good rule of thumb all year long. But if you're having a big ham dinner, don't give the ham to your dogs and cats. Give them a nice, healthy alternative like kale. Dogs love kale.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A super antioxidant treat that can be a lot of fun and healthy. And helps their skin and coat, which is good for spring as well.
Good to know. Now, something else, people are going to be having ham today. We mentioned chocolate. If for some reason a dog were to get a little bit of it, is it cause for concern or just to be mindful?
Well, every dog is different. Some dog can eat one Hershey Kiss and need to get their stomach pumped, and some dog can eat a whole box of See's candy and need to get their stomach pumped. So you need to just pay attention, look for panting, look for signs of stress. But in general, if you know that they've consumed some chocolate, you want to probably take them to the vet. Okay. Something else that's also not good is anything that's sugar-free. It has an ingredient called xylitol, which is also poisonous to dogs.
All right, so definitely want to stay away from that. All right, very good. Now, you had touched upon this earlier. We have people coming over, guests, family, friends. It's a lot for a dog. It could change, the dynamic that they're used to, but exercise is actually good to help kind of alleviate some of that.
Exactly. You have guests galore coming over, in and out the front door. You want to make sure that your dog is not hyper, not out of control, so you get out and get some exercise. If you don't have time for a big long walk this morning, get out and do some frisbees in the backyard. Just do some quick tosses, do some frisbee toss, get those long twitch muscles going, and get some sprints in there.
Anything that's basically going to tire them out quickly.
Yes, tire them out quickly. You can do a quick half hour, in the backyard or at the local park. This Whammo Frisbee is awesome because it's blue and yellow, which is actually, studies show that's the color spectrum that dogs see in.
Oh, wow.
So if you throw a red Frisbee on green grass, they see all gray. So with the blue and yellow combination, they can see it quickly, get out there, run, get their exercise out, and hopefully be less hyper for when grandma comes over with the ham.
You don't want the dog jumping up on grandma. All right. The other tip you have a current ID tag.
Absolutely. The doors are opening and closing, kids are coming in and out. Make sure they have a current ID tag. The Twigo tag is great because you can actually just write on it with a ballpoint pen and change the information. So maybe you're going to be going to your neighbor's house for Easter, and you can change up the number. So that if someone finds the dog,
they know where to locate you if you're not at your normal home.
Exactly. You want to make sure it's the most current cell phone number or house number, or if you're at your Easter cabin or whatnot.
All right. I don't have an Easter cabin. I don't have an Easter cabin. All right.
A getaway cabin.
The other thing too, if you're traveling, you also want to be mindful of that because you don't want to be losing your animal in a strange place that they're not familiar to, just like you aren't as well.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are going to be traveling this weekend and you're going to be away for Easter, make sure you have a trusted pet care provider. There's a new app that you can check out. It's called Doggy B&B. It's a free app, and you can connect with, trusted neighbors, friends, family that can watch your dog or your cat while you're away and make sure that they're safe and well fed and protected.
But if you are traveling with your dog too, obviously be careful. Make sure you have a leash in the car so that if for some reason you break down, you're outside of the car, you can take reign of the dog.
If you're traveling, I always say travel with a buddy, because if you go to a rest stop or a gas station, you don't want to leave the dog in the car by themselves, or if you need to jump out and get something, you want to always make sure you have a buddy with you. So use the buddy system, and also make sure you bring something to chew on. Give them a non-rawhide snack. These are awesome from Dream Bones.
Right.
Keeps them busy while they're in the back seat or in the house. So.
Exactly, and keeping them busy is obviously a big help for the owner. And then a couple seconds left real quick, I just want to mention cats, obviously. I imagine if someone has a cat that's an indoor cat and people coming out of the house, be careful because you don't want the cat escaping.
Yeah, you probably want to put your cat in a safe getaway, maybe upstairs, maybe in a special room where they can have their own private little sanctuary while you have the Easter festivities going on.
All right, and some people may actually want to go up in that sanctuary as well to get away from it all. Dana, a lot of great information people need to be mindful of. So as we head through Easter, Passover, and of course all the other holidays throughout the year, be mindful of our pets.
Sounds good.
All right, very good, Dana. Thank you very much. And for more information, just go to WTNH.com, click the On Air tab, and pull down to the Good Morning Connecticut weekend section.